At the end of the last segment, we were discussing the hashtag, the use of the pound sign in front of a certain word in order to allow that term to become searchable. So we were mentioning also that the NFL playoffs are currently in progress as we speak right now. So let's say I wanted to see what are people talking about the games that are currently happening. So I could come up to search, and I could search for pound NFL, because again it's the NFL playoffs. And I hit enter, and then here's all the stuff that pops up. Everyone else has at some point marked this tweet. This is how you open up and speak to other people who aren't necessarily in your circle of friends. If we were doing something similar to this on Facebook, the only conversation you would see or would be that of your friends who were talking about it. This allows you to open up, right? This is all these people, and I don't know any of them who are discussing this. So again, I could click on, let's see, this guy right here, right? I click on his name because he says something I find interesting. Over to the right, over here, his information pops up. It gives me a short biography of who he is. I can view his full profile. And then if I'm interested, I can follow him. So that's one way for me to find interesting people that I want to know more about. So we're going to use hashtags in this class as a way to make sure that the entirety, that everyone who's in the class is all sharing in the conversation. Instead of you having to follow each person in the class to see exactly what they're talking about, instead, when you're speaking about something related to this course for our weekly assignments, you will do a hashtag, okay? And that hashtag is going to be pound film 2700. Okay, so you would do pound film 2700. Okay, that needs to appear somewhere in your tweet. Okay, and by doing this, I can search that term at any time, and I can see the conversation happening amongst people. So one of your classmates might have a negative opinion of the film we watch in class that week, and you might want to say, well, you know what? I thought it was an interesting movie, and here's why. You can reply to that individual. This allows you also, if you're so interested, you could start following one another. You can create maybe friendships that might spread beyond the classroom. Okay? So anytime you're doing something for this course, you want to use the hashtag Film2700. So let me show you, I want to demonstrate one more thing how this works. I'm going to tell my followers that I'm doing this screencast. Please say hello. And I'll tweet that out. So hopefully my followers who are actually on in front of Twitter right now will soon start replying back in, acknowledging that tweet. So again, the idea here is that anytime you tweet something about this course, I want Film 2700 attached to it. Okay? In the same way, we can search for, just as we did with Pound NFL, let's assume we were doing Film 2700 instead. Everybody, throughout the course of the semester, throughout the course of the next 16 weeks, if you start tagging your words with that, we'll be able to find all these tweets. Okay? Another benefit is that if, let's say, you're speaking about one of the movies, for instance, I think around week 5, we're going to watch a movie called His Girl Friday. You could tag His Girl Friday, and then anyone else who's not even in our class who might be discussing that film, they too will see that tweet. So it's a way to open up, again, that's one of the great things about Twitter, is it allows you to expand your circle of friends and those you interact with. Let's return home and see if anyone has responded. Here we go. Kelly Marshall, she responded to @JustinB.Horton, hello from Ohio, and then she tagged it pound Twitter rocks. Okay, so I'm not certain if anyone else has used this right now. Let's click and see if there's anyone else who said that phrase recently. Look at this. So again, we don't know who Piece of Maria is, nor Lady Luck 22, but you have all these people who've actually tagged their phrase in such a way. This is how this process works, and this is why Twitter is a very beneficial thing for us to use in this course. With 120 people, we all can't have meaningful conversations in class because the size prohibits it. This is a way for us to interact with each other, for you to interact with me, and hopefully for you to practice a skill that will be beneficial to you in the future, for marketing yourself, for finding friends, for pursuing interests that are important to you. This concludes segment 2.